Prince lived in a modest house, only a shade larger than my own, but 100 years older, and he opened his door to me himself, although he did have living-in staff, which I did not. But then he also had a wife, 3 children, and apparently 6 dogs. A Dalmatian and a whippet oozed between his legs and the doorposts, and bowled over to give me a good sniffing as I climbed out of my Mercedes, with a yapping collection of terriers cantering along in their wake. "Kick 'em out of your way," advised the Prince loudly, waiting on his doorstep. "Get down! Fingers, you spotted oaf!" The Dalmatian paid little attention, but I reached the door unchewed, shook the Prince's hand, made the small bow, followed him across the rugs of his pillared hall into an ample sort of study. Leather-bound books in tidy rows lined 2 of the walls, with windows, doors, portraits, and fireplace, leaving small surrounds of pale green emulsion on the others. On his big cluttered desk stood ranks of photographs in silver frames, and in one corner a huge white cyclamen in a copper bowl drooped its pale heads in the greyish light. I knew, and the Prince knew I knew, that his act in opening his door to me himself was a very unusual token of appreciation. He really must have been quite extraordinarily relieved, I thought, that I had agreed to take even the partial step I had, and I wondered a bit uneasily about the size of the pitfalls which he knew would lie ahead. "Good of you, Randall," he said, waving me to a black leather armchair. "Do you have a good drive? We'll rustle up some coffee in a minute." He sat in the comfortable swivel beside his desk and kept up the flow of courteous chatter. Johnny Farringford, he said, had promised to be there by 10:30. He took a quick look at his watch, and no doubt found it was roughly 15 minutes after that already.